I had some very dark dreams a few nights ago. This one was 2 nights ago, so that would have been the 17th of December, 2014. I've had a lot of dreams like this in the last year or two, and I kind of wrote them off to pizza. But after talking to my husband about it, I began to understand that the Lord was showing me things that are going to come. And for that reason, I'm going to share this dream with you. And as I can remember other ones, I'll bring them up too. A lot of those dreams I never wrote down. Part of the problem is they were so dark. It's just something you don't want to remember. But this was a New World Order dream. And it was during the tribulation. The New World Order was in complete control. It seemed to me that everything had fallen into place for them. Their people were very young and upwardly mobile, healthy and beautiful. They were engaged in every area of the world, controlling all that went on. There was no way for me to get food. I didn't have the mark. I couldn't put gas in my truck and go to the mountain where we had our cabins, our retreat and hermitage. I thought to myself, even if I did get up there, there's no food. But then maybe I can hitch a ride up there and find something to eat. It was like we were totally trapped. No food, no gas, no way to get anywhere. It felt very dismal and desperate. Well, in this dream, I was in town somewhere, and I was visiting a lady, a poor woman who was living in a trailer park. I could see a disc satellite dish out in a vacant field about 2 streets over. It was on a busy street, like a boulevard in an industrial area, with high-powered electric lines. I had the understanding that there were tracking devices in the store-bought items in the house, even in the food, like the cereal and canned goods. It made me angry, and I knew that satellite dish was tracking us. So I did something, and for the life of me, guys, I don't remember what it was I did. It was probably something in the name of Jesus. Don't know what it was, but the dish fell over and started rolling until it just came to a stop, totally disabled. There was a young woman who was from the New World Order that came into the trailer. She and I kind of hit loggerheads with each other, and she said, "Do you want me to call for backup?" She called before I could even answer her, and a van pulled up outside the trailer with 5 big guys who got out. They came into the trailer, and actually they were pretty well-mannered. They weren't real bullying. They came into the trailer the way a police would come into a non-threatening situation, kind of to check out what was going on. One of the men in his 20s sat down with me on a couch and began asking me questions. I could soon tell that something else was on his mind, not sure what, but I began telling him, "You don't really believe these people you are working for are on the up and up with you, do you?" He looked at me with interest. I continued, "They're going to use you until you're no longer useful. Then they'll do away with you, probably leave you and your buddies locked out when a neutron bomb hits, or lock you out of their underground cities and let you die of the plague. In any case, they are being used by the aliens, who are really demons, sent to destroy the earth, and you are being used by them. In the end, they will get what they have sown to others as well." And the dream ended there. Wish I had more to share, but that's where it ended. Okay, now here is another dream that's very, very short, so I'm going to tag it on to this message. And this was on November 11th, 2014. I was alone at the southern border of the United States, probably towards East Texas. Russia had occupied troops throughout the whole area, and it was cloudy. I remember it was very cloudy and dark outside. They were well established with boots on the ground, buildings, vehicles, and everything they needed to occupy our country. I watched two high-ranking officers talking together and making more plans to move deeper into the country, take more ground. Somehow they didn't pay any attention to me, and I managed to slip away. I left undetected and began moving north from the Mississippi Delta area. I believe I got as far as northern Arkansas. Deep in the forest, I began to see North Korean snipers in the trees. They were covert forces, peppering the deep woods. And that was the end of that dream. Now, I do remember a dream, I haven't got it written down here, but I do remember a dream that we had probably about 20 years ago, where we saw Russian tanks on the freeways in Texas, in Dallas. Russian tanks and Russian vehicles, army vehicles, moving into America from the Mexican border around Dallas. And that was years and years and years ago. So anyway, that's all I have to share with you on the dreams right now. The Lord willing, we'll have something more to share with you later. God bless you, YouTube family, and thank you so much for listening.